viewers, welcome back to my channel. We are at Ogle. This is AC Marriott Hotel here at Ogle. We've just walked past it going south, where I wanted to show you what the excellent headquarters looks like here at Ogle. Alright, so this is where we are, but just a quarter of a mile down the road is, in that direction, is ExxonMobil. They have their headquarters down there, and right over here, this is the new maternity hospital that's being built here at Ogle. They're making some progress on some of the vehicles and people walking along the street. The road here are construction workers on some of these projects. What I was discussing is the fact this road, this East Coast Bypass road on which I'm walking, is part of the cooperation between the Indian government and the Guyana government, but the construction is actually being done by an Indian company, and one of those companies, which we're going to discuss in future videos, is Reliance Industries. They own construction companies that do infrastructure works around the world. Recently, the Ambanis have gotten into trouble with the Americans because I think the Americans have accused the Ambanis of engaging in bribery, and they're being brought up in court in the US for using the American stock market to recruit funds to invest in their expanded operations. So we're going to talk about that in our deep dive into the Ambani family wealth and Reliance group of companies, Reliance Industries, in a future video. But this is the AC Marriott Hotel here at Ogle, and they are close to completion. The progress they've made since the last time we've been here shows that they've installed all the windows. It seems as if they've even put those tiny barriers on the halves of those floor-to-ceiling windows that open, and they've also completed, or in the process of completing, their physical plant. The back of the building usually houses all their physical plant, so these buildings are part of the physical plant. There's a couple of rollers, probably belonging to the Indian company that is constructing the road. There are planes taking off from Ogle Airport all the time, and that's one of them now. Or the plane that is just taken off from Ogle Airport, rising, flying to the east. But yeah, over here is the AC Marriott Hotel, and the back here, this is the physical plant area. It seems as if they've put in all of the glass for the windows. That might be their dining room area. I don't see anywhere for a pool, but we're gonna look, see if we can see more of it on the other side of this building. Unfortunately, the walls around the construction area don't let you see very much until the construction is completed. Just don't know how much we will see. So these guys are preparing to get started on today's roadworks. See, this is one of the a lot of these guys are Indian nationals. A lot of the people working on these roads are from India. I haven't spoken directly with this guy yet, but I can tell you that the construction companies working on these roads are in fact from India, and the workers are Indian nationals. Now on the other side, those workers, some of them are Chinese and some are Guyanese, which is a new trend here. Because it used to be that all of the construction workers working on these hotels were from China, but now I think the government is enforcing a local content requirement, which means that a lot of these companies are now required to employ Guyanese nationals. Right, a lot of these companies. A lot of these companies are now required to employ Guyanese nationals. Just changing the battery here to make sure I don't run out of juice. So because of now the local content requirements, a lot of these companies now employ Guyanese nationals. It used to be that only Chinese nationals were building hotels, were working on the construction sites on building hotels in Guyana, but now that is changing. That's a new building. Like I said, I don't know who's building it, but it has been making some progress. These are some of the trucks that are on the road. So like I said, a lot of these trucks are being driven by Indian nationals. Something I didn't mention in previous videos, but I will address in future when I talk about India's impact on Guyana. The fact that a lot of these construction workers on building this road are Indian nationals from India. Right, so we're going to talk about how India is impacting Guyana in this economic cycle, in this period of rapid growth. Guyana now has the fastest growing economy in the world. The economy is growing about 50% per annum. I'll discuss some of that in previous videos, and that's how I'm ending my videos in the last season. And these trucks are actually all being driven by Indian nationals, and the trucks are in fact owned by Indian companies. These are construction construction companies operating here at the East Coast Bypass Road are Indian companies. So we're heading south at this point, but I just want to take a little walk around so I can show you on the other side of the AC Marriott Hotel, which I haven't been able to show you in the past because the road hasn't been always in accessible shape, but I think I can do that now because they've completed this road to the point where I can walk around it. It's not fully open, but as you can see, there's some traffic on it, cars and so on driving. I think there are a few vehicles that are able to get all the way to the east bank. Right, if you follow this road now, you can drive all the way to the east bank because they've completed the major bridges across the canals and so on. The road surface might not be completed, but the route is complete. So this is one of the final culverts that are being built here, the bridges across the canal. As you can see, they're putting in the steel reinforcement for this bridge. They've completed one half of it. Right, they've completed one half of it, and now we're looking at the other half. So that's the entrance to Ogle Airport. And what we're going to do is So straight ahead, that is Ogle Airport. We're not going to go into Ogle Airport this morning. I've seen some of that in previous videos. And here, for example, is billboard showing you Air Services Limited. But what I wanted to do in this brief video on the Marriott, the AC Marriott, is to get a look at the west side of the building. In other words, the front of the building. So over here, seems as if somebody's building a structure in the compound of that building. And here we can see a closer look at the morning. You can see a closer look at this new building that's being constructed here. So you're walking on an access road here to the AC Marriott. So this is the new building that's being constructed. At first I thought this might be a office kind of building, but I don't know yet what it is. So this is the entrance, right? So this here is the entrance to the AC Marriott Hotel. This is the billboard at the entrance. They've actually had this billboard up for a couple of years now. I've shown you that in previous videos, and this is what the construction site entrance looks like here, right? They're actually still working on the construction site entrance to the AC Marriott building, and across from the AC Marriott is this new building. We're going to get back to, so there's where the AC Marriott is located, right? So the AC Marriott is over there. We're going to go around to the front of it in a minute, but it's all behind all that bush. Like I said, it wasn't easily accessible. This is a billboard that shows you what the hotel will look like once it's completed. All right, that's a picture of what the building, I guess the front of the building will look like when it's completed. But let's just take a little detour to see this building. Like I said, this was what I believed was going to be a office kind of building, but now I can see, I don't know what it is. Could be offices, or it could be residences. But we will know, of course, by the time it's completed. Just wanted to take a closer look at it to show you what it looks like. It's actually in a residential neighborhood, so these are some of the buildings in the residential buildings in the neighborhood here at Ogle Airport. The airport is just a couple of hundred yards ahead of where we are. So this is pretty close to the airport. And this is what that building looks like. Like I said, it could be residential because it's located in a residential neighborhood, but that is not necessarily absolutely necessarily the case. It could be more than that. Sign on this temporary building says Vera 66, Vera Logistics. So that's another logistics building here in logistics company here in Guyana. So ahead, that's the airport, right? So the airport is behind that fence. The airport is behind that fence. And here is, oh, some dogs. They're guard dogs. But yeah, this building is new. It's not completed. It's still under construction. It might be residences. It might be part of the growth in hotel rooms in this neck of the woods, or it could be an office building on the construction. We're gonna have to wait and see to find out what it is in the end. But this is what it looks like on January 7th, 2025. Happy New Year for those of you who are just joining us for the first time. If this is your first video, it's the first one you're interacting with Raffle Nation main channel. Happy New Year, happy 2025. Best wishes for prosperity and health and happiness in this new year. It's going to be exciting times because, of course, of all the global changes that are happening, particularly in politics in the US, in Europe, Canada. The world is in an upheaval right now, but Guyana is still the fastest growing economy in the world, so people who are looking to escape North America and Europe coming down to Guyana and South America and the Caribbean. That's the AC Marriott Hotel. Like I said, I wanted to show you the front of the building, how much progress is made, but of course it's difficult to see because there's still a whole lot of vegetation, a lot of bush that is covering this section of the neighborhood. This, of course, is the new building that's being constructed here opposite the AC Marriott Hotel. Like I said, I don't know who's constructing this building or what it is. It could be residential or it could be office towers. We will know eventually. I'm assuming it's residential for now. But I just wanted to see what the front side of this AC Marriott Hotel looks like, whether you can see it from this side of the building. It seems as if it isn't that clear. In other words, still a whole lot of vegetation and stuff. This is apparently a telecommunications building. It's a whole lot of bush in this neck of the woods. This is also another either residential or office kind of building. So it's difficult to see what the AC Marriott looks like on the west side from this point, but maybe we will, by the time it's completed, they may clear some of this vegetation and do some landscaping in this neighborhood so that you can see what's going on now. That is the airport. You can see at the end of the street, that's an airport building, one of the aircraft hangars at Ogle Airport. And just next door, these are residential buildings. And behind this, you can see through the trees, that's the AC Marriott. There's not a whole lot of the AC Marriott that you can see from this location, but I just wanted to take a look at what this view could reveal. Right, these are local homes, residences here in Ogle, and I guess behind these homes, this one seems to be unoccupied, but behind these homes is the AC Marriott. You should see that's the Marriott Hotel behind these homes. There's not a whole lot that you can see because, of course, there's a lot of vegetation. I just thought I'd explore this neck of the woods to see what it looks like, what the Marriott Hotel looks like on this side. Now you can see the cladding on the building, at least that much you can see. I don't know if you can see clearly in this video, but they're putting on the cladding, the final surface, the final external surface on the Marriott. That is what it looks like. Right, it's a kind of a dark charcoal gray, almost black. Those guys are hanging tiles. Right, those guys are hanging tiles on the side of the building. So they're hanging the tiles on the final surface of the building. But of course you can't see it from this side because of all the vegetation. But that's what this neck of the woods looks like, guys. This is Ogle. We are at Ogle Airport, near Ogle, near the construction site of the AC Marriott Hotel in a residential neighborhood. And these are what the residences look like. That behind these residences is the Ogle. That's the Ogle Airport. So those buildings are part of the Ogle Airport complex. And I guess you can now get access, if you go down this road, you can get access to ExxonMobil's headquarters, which I've shown you a glimpse of previously. Right, we've shown you a glimpse of ExxonMobil headquarters, but in future videos we'll be able to get a close-up view exploration of what ExxonMobil is doing at its headquarters in this neck of the woods. But that's it for now. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Remember, this is season 17 of Raphael Nation Vlogs, and in season 17 we're going to cover India's global impact. Now look at this. So for example, I've said that we've seen a lot of these Mahindra vehicles around. This is a Mahindra pickup truck or SUV, and a lot of the residential buildings in this neck of the woods are housing Indian nationals, construction workers from India. You're going to see that vehicle come out in a minute, in a few seconds. But yeah, this is where we are now. We are at Ogle, and like I said, the road that is being built nearby, that is the Indian government sponsored East Coast Bypass Road. That road is being constructed by an Indian company, most likely owned by one of India's billionaires, and a lot of the vehicles are actually Indian owned. This is interesting. It's another abandoned building here in Ogle. Interesting to see. So area PLLSFK. So this is another abandoned building. I don't know who has plans for it, but this is what happened a long time ago when people started migrating. They left their homes here in Guyana, and the longer they stayed away, the more run down the buildings became, because of course nobody's doing the maintenance on it. Somebody seems to be taking control of this building though, so we will see in future what's happening. But yes guys, this is what's happening in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana, and that is the AC Marriott Hotel. The other side of it, west facing side, here at Ogle, in the fastest growing economy in the world. Later! Yeah, this is this new building. It could be a residential building or an office tower. I think it's a residential building, but we'll have to wait until it's completed to see what it turns out to be.